Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is Rolio Day. Now we were going to do this live, but it's best not to do this one live. So it's a pre-recorded live because we're doing deep pour today. So Rolio has asked me, now I will be doing a live. It's probably already done, but I'll be doing them frequently for Rolio, and there's always going to be specials with them. So even though this is not actually live in person, I have bundles to announce for you from them for this video and a period of time after. They did not give me specific dates, so don't wait too long because I don't know the exact date they will be ending. So Rolio wants me to try their deep pour. They have a new deep pour resin. Here's the one that they have sent me. This one is a 51 ounce. This says the curing time is 48 hours. Normally it's 72 hours. Normally it's 3 days. This one says 2 days. It's 2-to-1 by volume, like a normal deep pour resin. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I will go over the bundles with you. So I pulled out 2 projects. You know I just can't do one. They didn't ask me to do anything in particular, so it was basically my choice. So I couldn't choose between the 2, and I just got this lantern mold from Bobby Joe, so I've been dying to do that, and I knew it needed deep pour, so I just held on to it. And I want the globe portion to be absolutely 100% clear. So I will be putting 2 of these things in the pressure pot. This is one of them. This is from Into Resin. This is from Let's Resin. This is that angel mold I got a couple years ago. I did it one time on video, but I don't like doing layers in anything, and I don't like waiting for deep pour. So I thought, I'm pulling this one back out. This is my chance to do deep pour. I also want to try something. I have this plug that we made out of a plastic cup. That's all. If you need a plug, just get a cup the size you need, pour your silicone in it, cure it, you're done. I don't know if this is going to float in the deep pour or not. I don't think I'm going to leave it in there. I just want to test it because I do want to put this in the pressure pot. But if it floats, I think I might leave it out on the table. I don't know. I don't think it's going to float. This is really heavy, but that's just a test so I know for future. So my plan is to paint the actual angel with Rolio's luster agent. This is a silver, and I'm going to fill it with mostly this one, which is called Pearl White, and I'm just going to add a touch of the Bleu de France. This comes out of their 24 mica powder kit. Then for this, like I said, this is going to be clear, and then this is the lantern, and I think it goes, this is down. Or is that up? No, this is down. This goes like this, and then this is the top, and there's your lantern. So I'm pretty sure that is, it better be that way because I'm making it that way, the way I'm going to pour it. Yeah, that's too big. So good. I want that to be the top. And I bet you there's a place to put a light in there. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, maybe right there. Is there? Yeah, I think there is a place to put a light, so that's cool. So this is going to be your bottom, so it'll be okay in black. So I thought I want to do an old-fashioned lantern first. I'm sure I'll do it in other ways. Give me ideas in the comments how you want to see this poured, because I was like coming up with not a lot of ideas. I mean, it could be done a million different ways, but I want to go traditional first. This is their olive gold. This came out of their 72 color sample set. I'm going to not brush this one. I'm just going to brush these 2. And then I'm going to fill it up with the black pigment paste. And let me see where their black is. Right here. I have a black pigment paste from them. We're going to do all Rolio products to do this today because they are sponsoring this video. So I am not other than the molds. They don't do molds. They do pigments. They do micas. They do resin. So before I get started, let me go over, and I'm going to put it on the screen for you so you can see which, if you're interested. Not only are they discounting these next couple of packages, he said that you can also use my discount code to get an additional 10% off the already discounted bundle. So the first bundle is going to be the deep pour bundle because they really are wanting to showcase their deep pour right now. And that is going to come with 1.5 gallons of the deep pour. They're 24 set of mica powders. Their original, most popular set of mica powders. This one here, I took these 2 colors out of this set so you could see what at least 2 of them look like. Like I said, I'll be doing many lives for them and you'll be seeing their colors, but all of them are absolutely gorgeous. They're just as well as any of the other brands out there, so I love them. I've been using them quite a while. So 1.5 gallons of deep pour, 24 original mica powders, and 10 of the original pigment paste, which is, let me grab it, I thought I pulled it out and I didn't. They have several sets on their website. Pretty sure this is the one that would come in the bundle. These are the primary colors. So that is one bundle that will be bundled together, discounted, and my discount code saves you another 10% off of it. Bundle number 2 is going to be, oh, he also wanted me to mention there are discounts if you just want the 51 ounce deep pour, 1.5 gallon deep pour, or the 3 gallon deep pour by itself. So those will be discounted. You can use my discount code on top of that as well. Then the third bundle, he says, or second bundle, but third discount package, I guess, will be a 2 gallon of their epoxy resin. Now this is not the 2 gallon, this is their 32 ounce, but they have a 2 gallon. It will come with the 24 mica powders as a bundle, or you can always buy the 16 ounce and the 32 ounce of the epoxy resin if you want that. Add a discount with my code on top of it. So he's stacking these discounts for you. Real quick to show you some of the things that I have from him. Like I said, this is the pigment paste in your primary colors. And then there's a set, and you don't have to do sets. You could just buy individual. So that's really nice. Anything you can buy as a set or individual. These are their neon colors. These are all the pigment pastes. He also has the dark color pigment paste set. So those are the dark colors. Very beautiful for fall colors. I did pull off my things because I put them in a drawer so I could see them. Another thing that I have handy to show you are autumn hues. This is a mica powder, 12 colors. Those are notes for another live I did for him. So these are the autumn colors. Aren't they gorgeous for fall? Don't forget, time flies and we will need to be doing fall again. Then we have this one, which 72 color sample set, and this is a great way to see all of their colors. They come in sample packages, which are not that small. And then if you absolutely love one, you can just buy the color itself. I know some companies, and even like the Small Tongue and everything on Amazon, you cannot just buy a color. I mean, you can, but if you fall in love with a certain color from them, then you can just buy that color if you want it. And there are 72 to go through. I'm not going to go through all of them today. Like I said, I will be doing other lives for him and showcasing a lot of his colors that way. But today we want to just showcase a couple things, but mostly the deep pour. Let me just close this, set them aside so they don't get all messed up here. And I think what I'm going to do, because this takes 2 days, I wanted to start this now. Again, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to brush on this one right away. This one's super easy. This is olive gold. I also have it in a jar all by itself, but I figured let's pull it out of the 72 sample set and use that one before I pull my jar out. I got something in there trying to get it out. So I think I'm going to just do like an old-fashioned, let me just put a lot of powder in here, and then, oh gosh, I have to get it all the way down there. I forgot. Oh boy, I hope I get it right. And then I will probably be using my gilding paint after to make it even more antiqued after the fact. I probably should have flipped this inside out because now I can't see what I'm doing. And down there, I forgot that there's that huge lip down there. And I don't want to mess it up. I want to make sure, although my hands aren't I should have had gloves on, but I don't. Just want to make sure it's all the way down. Oh, you could push it down like that and see. Or flip it inside out is the best way to do it. See, yeah, I missed that. It would be definitely rustic if I miss a whole bunch of spots and you see black through it. I'm going for like not rustic, old, falling apart rustic. I'm going for like classy rustic. That's what I always tell Don. He's like, but you wanted rustic. I'm like, I don't want falling apart rustic. I want classy rustic. So I'm just gonna brush it. This is like the easiest pour ever until I get into other ways that you guys are going to put in the comments how you want to see it done. The only thing with deep pour that I have found in the past is they don't marble well. They will mostly collide together while it's curing because it has so much time to cure. We definitely do not have to rush to get this in a pressure pot. I could put it in 10 hours and it would still work. So you have tons of time to work with your deep pour resin. So don't go rushing because it doesn't really matter. And but in the past I have marbled, I have tried glue. It doesn't really work. So I'm not even going to bother trying with that with this mold. You can layer it, of course. I don't like seeing lines. That's why I wanted to wait until I was doing deep pour resin for this mold. So let's just do something simple, something anybody can do. I don't want to get complicated. And then even the gilding paint is really super easy. Let's hope I got it all in there. I'm just going to go around one more time, push it down with my brush, and see if I can see any open spots. Otherwise, I'm going to fill this with, you know what I'm going to fill it with? I'm going to fill it with this color. I'm not going to fill this with black because we don't need black. We're going to fill it with this color, and then we'll see it poured in the resin and also on the mold itself. So let's get this down in there really nicely. Make sure it gets all the way to the top there. They also have metallic colors, which are gorgeous painted on your mold. I like them painted on more than I like them in the resin. But you can do both. Just depends on what look you're going for. I'm just going to do one more. I should have put gloves on. My hands are a mess. Make sure we go all the way around the rim. So this did come from Into Resin. They do more than handmade molds. So make sure you check them out too with my discount code because they do machine-made molds. And they're not expensive at all. And that's where we got, not we, Bobby Joe bought this one for me. So this is thanks to her. We get to do this cool little lantern. And I would like to do things more than once, especially when people buy me molds and things. I don't like to just do them once and set it aside. I have so many molds to get to though. And then if I missed a spot or if I scratched a spot, you shouldn't be able to tell very well when we mix it into the resin. So I'm anxious to see. It should mix just like normal in deep pour just because it's much thinner. Let me just get a paper towel and clean this up. For the angel, I just want the angel painted and then I'll have to clean it off camera with some alcohol because what I really wanted them to do on this mold is stop it where you can just pour the body one color, but you cannot do that because of the way the flowing dress comes and all the things that coming off the dress, the ribbons and whatever, impossible. So even if you stop there, you would have this like straight line. I don't like that. So I don't pour this one very often. And I think I did this on the other one. Otherwise, I don't even remember what I did. I'm going to paint the angel and the wings and the body all in silver. And then I'm going to clean off the rest. And like I said, I know silver and blue go together, but I want it the lightest blue ever. So I'm going to mix the white together first and then add my blue into the white just a little bit at a time. So I'm just going to carefully because, well, when I tap it all out, it's going to get all over this portion, but this is really wide open and much easier to clean. And hopefully I get all of it. I want to get it down into the head because it's very thin up here, which is also good for deep pour because it's like water and you'll be able to get it into all those little cracks and crevices and whatever. And I think we'll be able to see through how it's doing. This is not like the metallic. I mean, it is metallic silver, but it's not like the floating silver. This is more like a mica silver. I hope I get all these spots. And all, like I said, it's kind of skinny back down in there, and I might go get some gloves on and use my hands or one of those finger cots just because I want to make sure I get it in all these little areas. This one holds about 25 ounces, this one itself. Not sure how much that other one holds. I'm at the point where I want my fingers to go down in there. So I'm gonna go grab some gloves. So if you have mica on your hands with gloves on, it's not gonna rub it off the mold. It's actually gonna help you not have any like brush marks and whatever. So that's a good way to put mica powder on your molds when you don't want brush marks. Just check it to make sure you didn't scratch it with like your fingernails or whatever. Because this one I cannot, yeah, see I scratched it with my fingernail right there, but I just covered it back up. This one I can't just pour in silver. This one's going to be poured completely with the blue, so I don't know if it's going to affect the outcome of this color or not. So we're going to learn together. And I see a lot of extra down in her head, which I don't want that in there, so I'm going to just try to get it all out before I clean it. There it all is. I think I got it all. Like I said, if I don't get it, you're going to see blue. I see a little spot on this side. Those wings are a little tricky. Like you're trying to open it. You almost need another set of hands to hold the wing open. But my other set of hands is not available at the moment. Let me just try to get that. Okay, I'm just going to double check. Yeah, see, my fingernail just scratched it off. That's what I definitely don't want to happen. I'm going to double check, clean the rest with paper towels, Q-tips, whatever I need, and some alcohol to make sure the rest is clean. And yeah, you want to get all of the extra out or it will float in your resin. I'm still going to vacuum chamber it even though it's going in the pressure pot because these two are not going in the pressure pot. So I want to make sure everything is. Okay, let me get this cleaned up and then I'll mix up some resin. So deep pour resin, if you've never done it before, it's 2-to-1 by volume for this brand. Most brands are. This is what comes in the box of the 51 ounce. So you get 2 parts of A, 1 part of B. You get your instruction sheet, how to measure, how to mix, pour, and your weighting. It also comes with pumps. So if you have trouble with your hands, make sure you use the pumps. Of course, their card is in there. And that's what comes inside the kit. I'm not going to use pumps on mine. So 2 parts. If you ever forget, whatever part you have more of is going to be your 2 parts. So I'm going to start with 30 ounces. I'm just going to hand mix it. And so it's just easy math. So 2 parts would be 20 ounces. 1 part would be 10 ounces. Let me grab a knife. Actually, let me grab one of my little opening doohickeys. And we do not have to, you don't have to rush at all. Like I'm telling you, it stays like water forever. So we're going to do 2 parts of this, which is 20 ounces. And then 1 part of 30 is 10. So we'll go up to the 30 ounce. I know I'm going to need a lot more than that to fill up all of it. It's going to be This bottle and some of the other bottle. This one is 15, what is it, 15 ounces? Yeah, 15 in this one. Let me just get it all out. Almost there. It's of course along the walls. I usually do set these upside down. Get the cap on. I'll set them upside down and try to drain everything from the bottom so you don't waste any. And you might actually need it if you need the entire 51 for a project. Just set it upside down. So we're still going to 20 here. And I'll have to open up another package to do the other one. Okay, there's 20. Another drip. You can't use the mixing head on this mixer when you fill a cup this high. That's why I'm going to use my hand mixer. And I will just do that off camera. And I think I will, I don't know, 30 ounces. I don't need 30 for that. I don't really need to debubble the lantern light, so maybe I'll pour that first. Yeah, I don't really need to debubble any of this first batch. Okay, there's 30. And like I said, I'm just going to use my hand mixer. I'm still going to mix it for 4 minutes, which has a timer on this mixer. So let me get this mixed. Like I said, it's like water. That's why it takes so long to cure. The reaction doesn't heat up like it would on a thicker resin. The thicker your resin, of course, you know, tabletop is the thickest and it reacts the fastest. And then, of course, your epoxy, your 4 hour, your 1 hour. And this is the longest one. So give me 4 minutes and then we'll pour the little globe. Get that set into the bottom of the pressure pot. And then I will mix up. What am I going to do next? Oh, this angel. I think I'll do another cup before I come back on. I split some out of here and left 24 in just for the angels. So we're just going to mix up the angels colors first. Like I said, I'm going to do this white and add a little bit of blue. Let me get this one open. I think I have a big one of this one, but I've already got this one out, so we're just going to open it. This is like crushed crystal. See that? It's like literally crushed crystal. I'm gonna dump a bunch in and stir that up. This is gonna be mostly sparkle, which is what I want because it's an angel. She should sparkle. And then I'm gonna put in, obviously it's gonna be poured deep, so I don't have to be testing it on anything. Get all that off. I probably should have done it in a little tiny jar with some alcohol, but I was too excited, so I didn't. So just make sure you stir it good. That's plenty of that one. If you don't have crushed crystal, you can get this one. It's basically the same stuff. Just use it sparingly, obviously. This one is Bleu de France, and again, it is very sparkly, this particular one. So I'm sticking with it for the sparkle factor. Not that I need any more sparkle, but I just want a little bit at a time. I don't want to overdo the blue. I want it very subtle, but blue. See, that already changed a little bit. That is very pretty. And I see unmixed right there. You have tons of time to mix in your mica powders. Tons and tons and tons. That is gorgeous. Look at that color. Can you tell the blue? Tempted not to put anything else in, but I want it just a hint more. So make sure you start with your light color first. and then add your color if you're doing what I'm doing here, because you'll never be able to lighten up the blue. If you put that much blue in and then you try to add the white to it, not gonna work very good. Let's get that mixed in. Let's see if that changes it again. Not much, but a little bit. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Wow, that is gonna be so nice. I like making my own colors, especially when it comes out the way I want it to. Gonna be gorgeous. I hope my mold is still shiny. I literally only used it once and then it's been stored the rest of the time, so I did wash it out and everything. Hopefully I got all the water out. I must have, because I just put powder in there. So I'm going to do this on my base here. Let me grab, I've got to carry it over there, but I want it to get down into the head and the wings and all that. So let's pour that and just kind of coax it around. I don't want to like squish too much because I don't want to mess up my powder. So I'm hoping it's down there in the head. I can't tell. Like I said, when you got powder on it, oh, look at that bubble came up. Okay, we're gonna go with that. I'm not gonna fill it completely up because I do have to carry it over there. Oh gosh, do I have enough? I should have enough. If not, it's just gonna be a shorter dress. I'm not making any more. Look at how pretty that is. Loving it. All right, let's do, I'm gonna put this in a different cup because I want to use this cup to mix some more clear. I'm only doing 30 at a time. I don't want to waste a couple cups on this. So I'm going to, I've heard that this lantern holds 50 something ounces. I know Bobby Joe already poured hers and she did write down the numbers, except she didn't pour everything in deep pour. So I'm thinking, she said the lantern part was 26 on its own. So I have to clean this perfectly because now I have sparkle in there. Maybe I will just clean it and put it aside because I don't want sparkle in there. This is gonna go here. And again, we do not have to rush. We've got all day. I'm just gonna pour the rest of this in, which was 6 ounces in there. And she's saying 20 in there, 26 in here total. All right, that's gonna get put aside. Let me clean up a few things and grab some more resin. So 2 things. One, I'm gonna make a prediction that I chose the wrong white because this is very watery. Crushed crystal does sink. So I might lose a ton of my crushed crystal. So I should have used like a white, pearl white. 2, I forgot about the plug. So I grabbed the plug, I stuck it in here to see if it would float. Of course, there's too much resin in here. So I moved my resin and I pushed this down too far just to see. It does float. Now I can't get it out. Oh my gosh. So you can float a plug in. I just pushed that down. So now it's stuck in my cup because my cup is tapered. So you can float the plug into here if you want to make a space for a light or a candle or whatever you want up inside, or just to save the resin itself. So you can do that. It's not floating now because I shoved it down and it's tapered right there, but I will get it out. This is another 30 ounces, so I've already got 6 in there. And there's really nothing to get bubbles trapped in on this. I'm not going to pour it all the way up because I do want to transfer it over to the pressure pot first. That was 6. I'll tell you anyway after I fill the whole thing up what I have left. But let me get this over there. No need to vacuum chamber it. These bubbles are going to go away. If you don't have a pressure pot, no problem. You have like 12 hours to pop bubbles. Let them rise. It's going to float very easily because it's so thin. So let me move them over and then top them up, and then I'll let you know what it took. The Angel took 24 ounces. It could have taken another ounce, but that's okay. I don't need it completely full. The Globe took 27 ounces to be completely full. So that thing holds a lot and holds more than the Angel. So I think what I'm going to do, this is another 30 ounces. And this should be more than enough. I'm just scraping my sides and bottom like normal. I mean, you want to see it clear just like you normally would on any other epoxy that you're using. But I'm going to... I had some in here holding that other 9, so I think I'm just going to mix my mica in there. That little bit that's left of the resin, I'll scrape it into the big cup. And we'll see what it looks like in the resin, and then on the outside of the resin. Let me just dump some. It's a lot of resin. Let's see if I can get it mixed in here. If not, I'll give it a little squirt of alcohol, but I don't think I'll need to. I wish somebody would invent, maybe I'll do it, I don't know how, invent a pressure pot with a glass lid on it. Maybe, I don't know, a special kind of glass so you can see what's going on in there. So you can see if the bubbles are gone under the pressure you chose. I put it at 40 pounds of pressure because that's been working for me. Trusting AI to know what it's talking about. Sometimes it does not know what it's talking about. So far I've had pretty good luck at 40 pounds of pressure. All right, let's scrape this in here. Mix it all up. Hopefully we'll have a aged lantern in the end in a couple of days. Once it gets solid, I will probably put it on the heat mat, but I will let you know what I decided to do. But I don't want to do that right away because deep pour is not made to cure quickly. And you could just backfire, and that's a lot of resin to mess up, and adding heat to it could make it flash cure and give you a whole bunch of bubbles. So I don't recommend putting deep pour on a heat mat, or you're defeating the whole purpose of it. It's supposed to heat slowly. Oh, that's plenty. It's good because it's going to be deep, so I don't need it to be any more opaque. I'm sure it's pretty clear on my stick, which it is, but that's okay. I don't need it. I'm not pouring it thin, so you can have it like that. That's gorgeous. And let's see how much extra we have. So, will these two hold 30 or less? And I am going to stop right there, swirl it around, because it's got this lip right here that I messed around with that powder for a while. So I'm hoping... Oh, you know what? I didn't put it through the vacuum chamber. I have to put it through the vacuum chamber. Let me dump this back out. Definitely want it through my vacuum chamber, or it is going to have bubbles galore. Not happy that that's in there now, but I'm going to split this in there. Totally forgot. I'm getting spoiled not having to run the other ones through. Let me just mix this one up because of that powder on the bottom. Yes, it has time to degas, but I'm going to help it. It still should be okay, but I'm going to do it anyway, because that's what I do. All right, let me get that done.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the
better now. Let's continue. I can't believe I did that. So I'm going to do the exact same thing that I just did. Roll it around in there. Kind of it feels like there's resin in there. Just hoping we don't get any trapped bubbles. Make a sharp edge. And I will tell you how much these two hold for future. So just get it all out, make sure we're accurate. I do wash these nice cups out. These ones are by Resiners. They hold 20 ounces. I've been using them a lot. Pretty nice. All right. Ooh, I can barely hold this. Let me hold it from the bottom. And that's what it looks like inside the resin. Still gorgeous. Same thing in this one. I'm gonna pour some in, squeeze that little knob on the top, whatever you want to call it. See the bubbles coming up? Hopefully there's not one in there. Let's just get this around that scroll work. I just want to give it a nice coating. That basically coated the whole thing and left me nothing at the bottom. Let's do that again to make sure we didn't get another bubble. I think we're good. And we may have some extra. Not much extra. Wow. Oh my gosh. Basically nothing. Those two took 30 by themselves. There's really nothing left in here. Look at that. It's completely empty. 30 and then 27. 57 ounces for the lantern. Wow! That's a lot of resin. I think that's the biggest pour I've ever done at one time. This is going to take a couple days. Once, probably in 24 hours, I can turn the heat mat on for this. But like I said, I'm not turning it on until it's solid enough. And that said 48-hour cure, so I'm assuming 24 hours, half of that, it should be fine to turn on. So let's check out the comment of the day. I'm gonna wait 2 days and you'll see me then. Two quick things I wanted to tell you before we go to the comment of the day. I took the leftover and I'm trying it the way I normally marble, and I took pigment dyes, swirled it in. I don't think it's gonna stay because it's the deep pour, but we're gonna see. The other thing I want to mention, my VOC air purifier did not go off at all with the deep pour resin. It's sitting at 0.59, something like that. My green light's on. It did not kick on at all for this entire mixing of 60 something ounces. So that's pretty cool. And I don't smell anything in here. I don't smell an odor with the deep pour at all. I'm not sensitive to smells per se, but there's no odor in my room. I'll show you a picture of my air purifier. It's running on green, so everything's looking pretty cool. I'm interested to see what happens to these pendants. I had more left over than when I scraped that cup, it was like a little less, about 1 ounce that was left over. So take an ounce off of what I said, although you might want to mix it if you're doing this. All right, now you can see the comment of the day. It's been 12 hours. I just wanted to pop in here and show you what's going on, and I was very surprised. At 12 hours, it's pretty solid. Obviously not ready to demold, but good enough to where I can move it around and place it on a heat mat somewhere else so I can start today's video. So it's still squishy, and these are a lot squishier because they are smaller. So that's pretty cool. So because they are no longer liquidy, I can heat mat them and speed up the process. I did not want to do it until it was like this, because right now the bubbles can't rise anyway, so we can go ahead and heat mat it. So I'm going to do that, start on today's video, and I'll get this tomorrow. It's been 2 days for this. So after 24 hours, I took the 2 out of the pressure pot and put them on the heat mat. After the 12 hours, when I showed you it was firmed up, I put them on the heat mat a couple times with these and without them. Here's the marbled ones. They kind of worked. I'm actually surprised not all of them. A lot of them did not work, but these 3 did work. So it worked out pretty well. I just put some antiqued flatback bales on them. So that's cool. So I will say it shrunk a lot. This has a lip here. This whole lip is not full anymore. I don't know if I even went to the top, to be honest with you. I don't think I did. It did shrink some, but I don't think it shrank that whole, because I couldn't see inside the vacuum chamber how high I had it. I was just going by from top view. This one, it shrunk as well. I did not fill this one up either. Like I said, I didn't have enough resin. So let's get these out. I'm hoping this... I could have filled it. Let me tell you why I didn't fill it. I could have filled it if the seal didn't break. I could have filled it back up and let it cure. But because the seal breaks when you take it out of the pressure pot, when you release the pressure, it has these like bubble types in it. I couldn't do that, or the resin would have seeped down. So I'm just hoping it will still fit glued together as a whole, and I don't have to re-pour that. Look at that. It is completely bubble free. That is looking so good. So I don't know what the top and the bottom is. If there's a top and a bottom, I guess we're going to figure it out, because they both should have had a lip on there. But this one does not. So that's sad. But there is some sparkle in it. I don't know how, but there is... It looks like I put crushed crystal in there, but I didn't, but it looks okay, so we're good with that. I really wanna, I'm gonna wash my molds down before I unmold this. I got the majority off. It's good enough for next time. Sometimes I need when it has a lip like that, I can never grab it with my fingers. I'm just gonna loosen it all the way around here. And that's what it looks like mixed into the resin. Remember, we brushed it on. Of course, it's been 2 days for me, so I'm refreshing my memory more than yours, seeing that you were just watching it. And let's see what it looks like. I think it's going to be what I wanted. Antiqued looking. Oh, yes. Let me fold this back. It is antiqued looking. That is awesome. So I'm not sure. Oh, see, that fits nicely in there. That fits really nice. So that must be the top. Or is it? Nope, that's the top. So it does fit into that groove. I'm a little worried about the bottom at this point. This one shrunk a little too. So they are not domed. Let me try to stretch this around the neck of this thing. I've never unmolded this one yet, so got to learn the easiest way without ripping it. Ugh. Gosh, this one is a little difficult. I'm afraid I'm going to rip it if I pull or put my fingernails through it. Oh my gosh, sorry, I can't do it under the camera. There is no way I can do this under a camera. I'm getting it, but it's slow coming. I'm just trying to get one side off before I start working it around the whole thing. Not impossible, but it was not easy. Okay, got it. Okay, there's the little thingy for the light. And I'm pretty sure I have some lights left from something else, but look at that. I don't really care that that shrunk because that's our base. And Yeah, that lip would have been nice. It sits in there. It's a little more wobbly than it would have been. Wow, look at that. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I really wish I would have had that on there. I can glue it, or it would have to be glued or just left alone. But to change the light out, but the light will probably last you forever if you glued it. Or you could probably break that glue, but that would have fit perfectly in there if I had that lip on there. So yeah, that kind of stinks. Which one was it? This one. Yeah, just that one little portion. Other than that, oh, I got one little flaw right there on the molds. I don't know if that's on the molds or if that was in my resin. Let me just wipe it down. I don't know where that came from. It's like a little line right there. Let me see my mold. Now I'm curious. That's that portion. I don't know. I'm not going to do that with you while you're watching, but unless a piece of hair got in it and just stuck to it, but I don't see a hair, or I don't know. Anyway, I may take something, antiquing it a little bit more, but let me just let it sit here and grow on me for a little while we do the angel. And I don't think that my crushed crystal, remember I said it may sink to the bottom? I don't think it did, and that was a lot in there. So it was not the actual crushed crystal I use on a daily basis. It was their version of it, remember, in the little jar. Okay, let me just get this out. There it is. Oh, it came out really good. I love the blue. That is pretty. You know, I'm going to do something to embellish it. I got to trim everything. I don't want it sharp. That is really pretty. I mean, you can even cut something to say something if you wanted to. You can empty this out with a plug and put it on top of your Christmas tree if you wanted to. Or like put that plug in and put like an LED light underneath it. So many different things you could do. All right, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to see what I can come up with, and then I'll show you the end.
String of lights buzzing soft in the studio. Coffee cup, paint stained on the floor. Michelle's got a resin on her fingertips, talking to the screen like old friends at the door. That old lantern looking like a front porch night. Little flame gonna chase back the dark. Silver angel in that shimmer blue dress. Rhinestone shining like a beating heart. Glitz and glitter and grace, every sparkle in its place. I'm serving while I'm working in this little holy space. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for every heart that sees. I pour it out on my table, 'cause you first poured out for me. Oh yeah. Camera rolling, she laughs at a sticky mess. Oh yeah, yeah. Y'all, this mold's still giving me fits. Whoa. But she keeps on sanding till the edge is smooth. Whoa, talking faith and craft, sharing little grace-filled tips. Oh yeah, tiny halo catching every color right. Right. Silver wings like morning on the farm. Blue dress glowing on that resin, setting slow. Whispered prayer wrapped around it like an arm. Glitz and glitter and grace, every sparkle in its place. I'm serving while I'm working in this little holy space. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for every heart that sees. I pour it out on my table, 'cause you first poured out for me. Oh, I'm just a girl with a desk and a dream, but you turned this room to a ministry. Every
now this is what I came up with. I put those already strung rhinestones around the bottom, which are pretty. I was going to do all the wing tips, so I pulled out the little rhinestones, started putting them on, didn't like it. Used AB rhinestones, didn't like them, you couldn't really see them. So I pulled out these little diamond ones, and after I trimmed that, I'm like, why didn't I just use the string ones? It's too late now. I was already like 3/4 done with everything. So I just went ahead and finished. I just lined the wings for them, put one big one there, and then went around her collar with a little bit of those. So that's pretty. I don't think it needs anything. I'm not going to write anything here. I'm just going to let it be, and if somebody who ever gets it wants to change it, they can. But I don't know. I think it's pretty just the way it is. Blue and silver, classic colors. This one, I took my metallic black acrylic paint, used my finger, and I rubbed the black into it as if it's antiqued and dirty and been sitting here forever. Did this one too. So that's what my vision was for it. I pulled out, these are the only two lights I can test with it, and it does shine through pretty well. I can't hold it, well, I guess I can try, but you can't really see the light, a little bit. I also had these lights here. I don't have the one that like the other lantern had. These are colored. They do have clear or white as well, and these look good through it too, but you can't see it from the side. You can kind of see it from the top. I'll get you pictures with it. So it does light up beautifully. It really does. I'm really happy with it. I don't know if I'm going to sell this one because of that lip thing. It's not bad at all. I mean, it'll stay. I want it tighter. So if you're interested in this one, just email me. I'm happy to sell it. But I'm not going to put this one on eBay. I'll just keep it for my house unless somebody out there really wants to have it. It's not a big deal as long as you don't mind. Or if you plan on gluing it, you can glue that down too. If I end up keeping it, I will probably just glue it down. I don't know how often I would ever turn a light on because I'm usually in here and not out there to be looking at anything. So that's the only reason I'm thinking about keeping it, because of that one little issue. And I don't want to pour 27 more ounces. I'm happy with it. I really like the way it came out for my house because I'm pretty rustic over here. So it's not going to bother me to keep it. But if somebody absolutely loves it, doesn't care about that, all you got to do is email me and I'll be happy to let it go. So that's it. Make sure that you go through RolioPigments.com if you want any of those bundles. Make sure you use the discount code to get the additional savings. So if you want to save, if you're going to use those products and you want to save the extra with the bundle, great. If not, you can still just use the discount code with one or two things. Whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to get you some final pictures, light on, light off, all that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle will